Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai. All praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakal Double honors to my elders and apostles that taught me the truth. Peace and blessings to you, Akim, that push this truth. Today's lesson is going on E. And if you don't know who E is, then you're kind of late. Lately, especially in GMS, we've been having to say words different because a lot of brothers' videos are being took down. Hence the reason we say Maxine, which represents the V, or the chip. We don't say the whole 4-letter, acronym. I think that's what it's called. We just say the chip. So we're gonna go into it so you'll know what's coming to our oppressors. Slovakia 757. Nahum chapter 1 verse 2. Yahweh is jealous, and the Lord Yahweh revengeth. The Lord Yahweh revenges and is furious. The Lord Yahweh will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserveth wrath for his enemies. Who are his enemies? The people and the descendants of the people that brought us into slavery. I'm not just talking about the one we're in now from the Europeans. I'm talking about from the Africans when they had us in slavery, selling us to the Grecians, the Europeans. I'm talking about the Assyrians. I'm pretty sure Moab and Ammon even had a hand in our slavery. I mean, these multiple nations. All right, Romans 9 and 13, which I already know what that go to. But I'm still going to read it anyway for edification. Romans 9 and 13. We'll read all the way to 15. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. And we know Jacob represents the nation of Israel. Esau represents the nation of Esau. What shall we say then? Is there any unrighteousness with Yahweh? Yahweh forbid. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. Right, you can't tell Yahweh who he can save and who he can't save. He's going to have compassion on whoever he wants to. He's going to have mercy on whoever he wants to. If he want to put a foot in your ass, that's just what he's going to do. I mean, nobody can stop him from doing that. Going into the Apocrypha. Second Esdras. Chapter 6. We're going to read 8 to 9. Second Esdras, chapter 6, verse 8 to 9. As he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Right, so any person in this truth know that how Jacob and Esau was born. Esau came first, but Jacob was holding Esau's heel, and he came out right after. That was real representation of how the world was going to play out. Esau was going to rule like you see him doing. I mean, he's been ruling for hundreds of years, and it says after his rulership, the seed of Jacob is going to rule, starting with Yahushai when he comes back, and then King David, then the elect. Now we're going to jump to the book of Isaiah. Isaiah 14. Isaiah chapter 14, we'll read 1 and 2. For the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers, these other nations, these Gentiles, shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. I mean, we had to cleave to the house of Esau, which is America. And you've seen, the abuse we got, for being in this land. We didn't want to be here. They took us, they stole us. And then we had to cleave to them for everything: shelter, water, food, as we were getting, the skin off our back, beat off. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. So we're going to take these other nations and bring them to our place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Right. So all these people who had a hand in our slavery, well, it's about to be their turn to go in slavery. It's about to be their turn to feel that pain, that wrath, that sorrow, feeling their kids being taken from them, or having their babies, fed to crocodiles, and things of the sort. Actually, you can look this up. It says, "Happy shall he be when he taketh his little ones and dash it against a stone." The Lord said, happy are we going to be when we take their little ones and kill those fuckers. Those, like, we ain't playing no games. How Nat Turner was motherfucking murdering little babies and sparing not old women and shit like that. That's gonna be the same spirit times 100. The Lord is gonna fill us with a perfect hate. All right. Isaiah 19. Isaiah 19. No, Slakia. No, I'm right. Isaiah 19, we'll read 1 through 4. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt. Now we know Egypt is another word for house of bondage, aka slavery. So America is really what it's saying. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, those in chariots, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. So that's basically race wars and Republicans versus Democrats. It's all types of stuff that's about to go on. Niggas is gonna be killing each other like wild beasts. And I'm not talking about just black people. I'm talking about Americans killing Americans. And they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to the idols and to the chambers, and to them they have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of the cruel Lord, Yahushai. And a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh. Saith the Lord Yahushai, the Lord Yahweh of hosts. So that cruel Lord is Yahushai, because we know when Yahushai gets back, what do he say? Don't think I come to bring peace to the world, but a sword. And a fierce king shall rule over them. That's Yahushai. He is that fierce king. That king that... you see how Yahweh and Yahushai get down. Didn't they put a nigga to death for picking up sticks on the Sabbath? On the Sabbath, picking up sticks. So, these are little things when it comes to fierce. All right, that's pretty much it on that one. Proverbs. Proverbs 3, 31, 33. And be thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. We see Esau ride around in Lamborghinis, Bentleys, and stuff like that. And if you want to do the same, you got to bend a knee to him. That's why you see, the people who do the most wickedness are really the richest. Let's take these rappers, for example. You telling me they get paid so much just to talk, just to put bullshit in our head? That has to be straight up wickedness. But we know that, they damn near get paid the most. These NBA players and, these football players, they get paid top dollar just to entertain a nigga. Really just to entertain the white man. The European has the best seats in a game, driving the best cars there, having, some of the best women by his side while he's watching these games, splurging and stuff. You know how some of these Europeans get down. They probably just surround themselves with men a lot of the times too, or little boys. I mean, come on now. We know how they get down. For the froward is abomination to the Lord Yahweh, but his secret is within the righteous. Right? We're the ones who can decipher this book. The children of Israel that came back to their heritage, came back to the name Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. We're the ones he gave secrets to. The curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked, but he blessed the habitation of the just. The curse of the Lord. And really, to an extent, we are that curse. Lord willing, we're the elect. We are the curse. Because remember, it was really a strategic setup. Like, think about it like this. The Lord had us scattered all abroad, right? But he's also, brothers is waking up all abroad. So those elect are going to be all on the four corners of the earth. So I mean, we're really set up in all these wicked nations. But when we get that power, I mean, we're going to be bringing hell to this place. I mean, that's just a part of the curse is in, the house. Hold on, I'll read that again for you. The curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked. So we know to an extent we are those cursed. The Lord is going to make us an instrument of war. All right. Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy chapter 2, verse 33. Oh, them chariots are going to be a curse as well. A blessing for us. Those chariots are, I mean, Yahweh Shai is our salvation, but the other nation is destruction. They know when Yahweh Shai gets back, they're going into slavery. $33. And the Lord Yahweh, our power, delivered him before us, and we smote him and his sons and all his people. Right. So when we get that spiritual power, that's really these enemies being delivered into our hand. And we're going to fuck them up bad. And some of them are going to be, asking for death. Because what we're going to do is we're not going to kill them. We're going to have some of them in slavery. We're going to have breeding farms as well. So we can have more slaves. Deuteronomy 28 and 24. The Lord Yahweh shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust. From heaven shall it come down upon thee until thou be destroyed. So, how the fuck can dust and powder get all the way in the heavens? I'll tell you how. Go on YouTube and type in nuclear explosion. What you'll find out is that when a nuke hits the ground, it takes all that dust and all that dirt and it shoots it up into the sky. And then it comes raining down. There's actually a word for that because radiation is connected on that dust. And that dust will also, when the wind blows, that dust will travel for miles and miles and miles, getting people sick and all. So I'll read that again. The Lord Yahweh shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust. From heaven shall it come down unto thee until thou be destroyed. It's 28, 24. Deuteronomy 30 and 7. Deuteronomy 30 and 7. And the Lord Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecute thee. So how we had all these curses on us, well, the Lord is going to put all those curses on them, except it's going to be a lot worse, a lot worse. Remember, what these Christians didn't tell us is two things. Hell isn't real and hell is real. And I say that to say this. Hell isn't real by you ain't about to be in no fiery place, burning for eternity. But what is going to happen is you are going to be in hell. Remember, we were once in hell. We were once in slavery for hundreds of years. We're still in this captivity getting fucked over. But by hell is you enemies of Yahweh are going to witness hell. And what the Christian churches didn't tell you is we're going to be y'all's demons. We're going to be the ones fucking you up every day. I mean, it's really glorious. But we're not actual demons. We may have demonic power, but we're gods. And the Lord's going to return us back to the full godly things. Like, a lot of people believe that, angels can only, do power of healing and stuff like that. Like, brother's going to have the power just to look into a person's eyes and have them replay in their head, like, see some of their darkest memories and, some of their darkest fears and traumatize them with it just by looking into their eyes. A brother could possibly, get a motherfucking spider that's as big as your hand and just have the power to blow him up to, like, the size of a motherfucking house, and you have direct control over that spider. And with that, that spider goes out chasing slaves down, wrapping them up in his stuff until we get them again. I mean, I'm talking about real demonic power. Or a brother may have a little snake, and he may, bless the snake to grow very big at a very fast pace. And that snake goes out, devouring until, the brother's done using that snake to his will. So the power that we're given, really can't be, well, it's hard to even fathom it, because I think I said in the other video, if Esau was given the blessing to, shake the earth with these, nuclear weapons, and these things are little to Yahweh, then what type of power is he going to give us? All right. What was that? Deuteronomy 37. About to go to the book of Psalms. Psalms 9, chapter 9, we'll read from 9 to 20. The Lord Yahweh also will be a refuge for the oppressed. Because us men who are, pushing this work, we clearly see that we're oppressed. And the women that are with us, they're in oppression with us. A refuge in times of trouble. And they that know thy name will put their trust in thee. For thou, Lord Yahweh, hast not forsaken them that seek thee. Sing praises to the Lord Yahweh, which dwelleth in Zion. Declare among the people his doings. When he maketh inquisition for blood, he remembereth them. He forgetteth not the cry of the humble. He don't forget all the times, our sons and daughters got ripped away from us, when our women got raped in front of us. I mean, he's not going to forget the times brothers had to witness, fucking each other's girl just so we could have hate towards each other. He's not going to forget these things. Or when Jake was blindfolded, when the slave master used to blindfold him and have him fuck his own mom so his mom could get pregnant by her very son. Hence the word motherfucker. I mean, the Lord he's not forgetting any of these, terrible things that happened to us. When he maketh inquisition for blood, he remembered them. He forgetteth not the cry of the humble. Have mercy upon me, O Yahweh. Consider my trouble which I suffer of them that hate me. Thou that liftest me up from the gates of death, that I may show forth all thy praise in the gates of the daughter of Zion. I will rejoice in thy salvation. The heathen has sunk down in the pit that they made, in the net which they hid, their own foot taken. The Lord Yahweh is known by his judgment, by the judgment which he executed. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higgaions, Salah. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget Yahweh, for the needy shall not always be forgotten. The expectation of the poor shall not perish forever. Arise, O Yahweh, let not man prevail. Let the heathen be judged in thy sight. Put them in fear, O Yahweh, that the nations may know themselves to be but men. Salah. And I like the but men part because remember, it says that ye are gods, but ye shall die like men. We're not men. We're gods. Gods in the spirit, and we're going to return to gods in the flesh. We're going to get those angelic bodies. And when it says the wicked shall be turned into... Oh, no. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Right. Because, I mean, all these things that the Esau and these other nations have planned against us, that shit's going to end up falling right on top of their head. All these, deceptions and shit like that, it's going to be falling right on his head. Him chipping everybody, that shit's falling right on his own head. Because we know the elect ain't going to get that shit. And the elect is the only one the Lord's coming back for. So he can do all he, can try to do. But, I mean, he ain't fucking with the elect. Even the ones who, have to die for this truth, those are the ones that are directly set up with the Lord right after. They're going to be the first ones to come back. They're going to be the first ones to get those angelic bodies. Psalms 59. Psalms 59 and 13. Consume thee in wrath, consume them, that they may not be, and let them know that Yahweh ruleth in Jacob unto the ends of the earth. So, like I said before, all these nations that, has had a hand in our slavery, a hand in Jacob's captivity, all of them's gonna get they, shit beat in. Psalms 149. 4. All right, 149, 4 and 9. For the Lord Yahweh taketh pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let them high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen, and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains, and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise you, the Lord Yahweh. So we're gonna bind their kings, these high banking families, who are gonna, flee into the ground, or try to flee. Well, you can't really flee in the sea because Leviathan, but that try to flee in the ground, the Lord's gonna let them get away, because after we done took over the world, and they're in their little bunkers, we're gonna dig them out of those bunkers and instantly put them into slavery. The Lord's gonna let them live, but just so we can instantly put them into slavery. And any of them that can still produce sperm, we'll have them mating with these other Gentiles, so we can have their bloodline constantly in captivity. All right, Book of Hebrews. Hebrews 12. Hebrews chapter 12, we'll read 16 and 17. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. Some Edomites, like to believe that they have salvation when the Lord gets back, when it just said that for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. The Lord don't give a fuck about you crying. He knows your position. And really, he had the whole game set up from the beginning. He knew that, Jacob was gonna steal that birthright. And I mean, ultimately, everything fell out how he wanted it to fall out. Will play out. That's why I believe it's in Genesis, when Esau was given the blessing, he told Esau that he should have the dew of heaven, which is America. I mean, America is the strongest nation on the planet Earth. Well, at least that's until Yahushua gets back. When Yahushua gets back, there only going to be one nation, and that's going to be the nation of Israel. We're not going to let these other nations build up their kingdoms and shit like that. And if we do, it's going to be kingdoms that are made to serve the Lord, as in bring us the riches and stuff. But I can't really see, us actually letting them build up their own kingdom. So, Jeremiah. Jeremiah 16 and 16. All right, remember when I read a few verses back? We're gonna have to do part 2. The video is about to cut out. So I want to say Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai. Shalom, Israel. Stay tuned to part 2.